IULM, ведущий гуманитарный вуз на территории Италии, самый известный частный из государственной аккредитации, который ведет свою работу по всем гуманитарным направлениям, от туризма до лингвистики, от журналистики до психологии, очень много интересных направлений, очень востребованных. Я предоставляю слово своим коллегам Габриэле Джаннатти и Мирко Кьянеси, который вот нас слышит сейчас из Милана. Красивое солнце за плечами, значит, тоже хорошая погода. Я думаю, что это прекрасный повод передавать сразу слово, чтобы они могли нам рассказывать все. Габриэле, Мирко, mi sentite?
Perfetto, sì.
Vi passo subito allora la parola per la
Ciao
presentazione.
Bernardo.
E poi se riusciamo ad avere 2 minuti di tempo, tutte le domande, che stanno facendo un sacco di domande gli studenti, quindi ne approfittiamo magari 2 minuti in fondo.
Perfetto. Un secondo solo. Ok, dovreste vedere lo schermo.
Perfetto.
Ok.
Non è a schermo pieno però. Ecco,
Ora?
Ora sì.
Perfetto. Come, scusa?
Dicevo soltanto presentazione dell'Università IULM.
Wow, so thank you for inviting us to this wonderful event. And I'm Gabriele, working in the International Admissions Office of IULM University. And very shortly, I will introduce our university and our educational offer. So here we can have an insight, an overview of the Italian education system. So how does it work being an international students in university? So we have the undergraduate programs, so bachelor programs, and then we can implement with postgraduate degree, that is master's degree, and eventually also PhD, and then finally reach the job market. On the other hand, after undergraduate program, it is also possible to join a master program, so a 1-year specific, very highly skilled program that is 1-year master, and then reach finally the job market. So first of all, we have to say about what we have to say about IULM University is that we are based in Milan, so a wonderful city in which students can have and benefit from different opportunities such as culture, but also life and many different things that can improve students' quality of life while studying here at IULM. Very shortly, a couple of figures and facts about our university. So IULM University has been established in 1968 and as the Center of Excellence for Communication, Foreign Languages, Tourism and Cultural Heritage. We have 3 different faculties that you can read on the slide. So the first one, the original one, so to say, was that of Interpreting, Translation, Linguistic and Cultural Studies. We then have the Faculty of Communication, Public Relations, and the third one is related to Arts, Tourism and Markets. In order to provide you with full details, you can understand that we are not a big university as many others that you may have known today and that you will discover tomorrow probably, but we are strongly focused on our domain that are languages and communication. Also, our American-style campus, as I always describe it, is very useful and can be very profitable for students dealing with our university. So this means that all our campuses and buildings are very close one to the other, so that students don't have to switch from one part of the city to the other. So we do have different opportunities, not only related to the educational offer, but also to services and facilities that are carried out by our universities. At an international level, we can say that we have more than 130 partner universities worldwide, thanks to which for example, Erasmus programs or other mobility programs are carried out. This means that students have the opportunity to spend a semester or a year abroad, and in order to deepen their knowledge of the language and, of course, to learn. this is something very important to us. Also, considering the career part and the career aspect, we have more than 1,400 partner companies in research and learning projects. In this case, not only the educational offer is taken into account, but also the opportunities that students can benefit from after graduation. So this means that our bachelor and master's programs are very focused on providing students with skills that they, of course, can use in their job, in their future job. And also for all students, not only international, but also for Italian students, we do offer guidance services, as for example, counseling services, peer tutoring services, and also services for specific requirements. So we have, for example, this project called peer tutoring that is very interesting and useful as well, that is carried out by senior students that can help young students or freshmen to deal with university things and to understand how everything works. So in order to deepen our attention to our programs, we can start from the bachelor's degree programs we offer. So the first you see, so the first 6 in the green box are all Italian TERTs, and the 7th one is English TERT. So the first one, interpreting and communication, is of course a bachelor related to translation, interpreting from Italian into English and vice versa, and also in another language. And that can be chosen between German, French, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. Then we have 2 main courses that are related to the communication area. We have communication, media, and advertising, and also corporate communication and public relations. The peculiarity of this course is the fact that this has been implemented since last year, both in Italian and English, in order to provide international students with a greater opportunity to deepen their knowledge related to communication for corporate, but also their PR skills. That is, of course, something very useful nowadays. Then, related to the 3rd faculty we mentioned before, we have the course, the bachelor program in tourism management and culture, whose focus is related to tourism, territorial development and promotion. Then we have arts, media, and cultural events that is, of course, related to arts, but in a different way you can imagine, maybe. So it isn't a traditional course of arts, but is a course based on how to communicate the art, how to reevaluate some work for art. And also the last one that has been created since this very academic year, that is fashion and creative industries, and is of course related to the communication in a very specific and highly requested sector as that of fashion. Also, as I was mentioning before, the course in corporate communication and public relations is also offered completely in English. This means that this bachelor is focused and dedicated to all students wishing to widen their horizons as far as communication is concerned. So in order to provide you with a couple of details, we can say that this bachelor program is strongly related to practice and also to subjects and courses as, for example, management, business, marketing, public relations, and economics. So all elements that can be useful in a corporate situation, of course. And all these programs can be implemented by and developed thanks to traineeship that are offered and stage that can be carried out during these 3 years. At a further level, we have master's degree program, so a 2-year master's degree in this case. We have also here the difference between Italian TOET programs and English TOET programs. Italian TOET programs are, for example, specialized translation and conference interpreting, in which students have to choose between specialized translation or conference interpreting. providing them with highly elevated skills related to translation and interpreting, and open their way to the world of work, so to say. Television, cinema, and new media is another course that is strongly related to communication in this field. That is, of course, of new media, and the new way of communication is carried out. And also marketing and communication is highly focused on marketing in this case. And arts, markets, and cultural heritage is the following, so to say, as of the bachelor. Also, of course, also the other the following, the next step of the bachelor we saw before. And our attention can be drawn to strategic communication and hospitality and tourism management. So in the Master in Strategic Communication, students can gain core skills for most important areas of corporate communication, of course, and they will be able to develop business and managerial competencies in this field, that is strategic communication. So something that is highly requested nowadays. And some subjects that are characterizing this path are, for example, marketing, communication, and a series of workshops that provide students with every tools and instruments they need in order to deepen their knowledge and to work effectively with the communication. The other one, so the other master degree we offer in English is Hospitality and Tourism Management, that is carried out in collaboration with two other big universities, that is University of Central Florida and University of Grenoble Alpes. And in this case, students will acquire, thanks to different workshops and experiences, many different knowledge and details and skills that they can use in the field related to hospitality and tourism. So this is characterized by a highly technical and hands-on approach in which students can communicate, can learn how to communicate in these fields. And this will be, of course, a way to start their world of work and to enter this sector. Also, as I was mentioning before, we do offer professional masters, so one-year master that can be accessed after a bachelor or after a master's degree. We do have both Italian taught and English taught masters. And in order to provide you with some details, we can mention the Communication for International Relations or the International Communication Master, or also the International Tourism and Hospitality. But my colleague Mirko will provide you further details with these masters. So, okay. So, let's consider, first of all, the admission procedure for bachelor and master's degrees. So requirements for, in order to attend a bachelor's degree are 12 years of schooling overall, and a B2 level, so a B2 proficiency is required in Italian, of course, if you choose an Italian taught course, and in English, if you choose a course in corporate communication and public relations. If the student doesn't have an Italian or an English certificate, he or she will be required to take an assessment test we will provide him or her with. So these are the steps that you can follow in order to apply. So our dedicated platform is apply.iulm.it. In this case, students will be required to upload their documents, and we will receive them, we will evaluate them, and state the eligibility to the course they chose. Then we will provide students with all details concerning the steps they have to follow in order to complete their registration and to take the admission tests. And at the end of the procedure, so once everything is confirmed, the enrollment has been done, IULM sends the invitation letter so that the pre-enrollment for the Italian consulate can start. As for financial aids opportunities and tuition fees, we have different situations related to bachelor and masters. In this case, we are considering tuition fees for undergraduate programs, and we have a flat rate of 8,400 euros per academic year divided into 3 different installments. And the financial aids are different, of course. We have a 50% reduction that is provided by your university and is based on merit. Sorry. You can see here, for example, what does merit mean? So the final grade of the high school diploma will be converted in a scale out of 100, and also the bachelor for master's degree. And if compliant, students can get this reduction. Also, something very useful and interesting for international students is the opportunity that we offer of having a room, a spot in our residence here on campus, 2 minutes by walk, at a special rate of 280 euro per month. In this case, students will just have to apply and to ask for a spot. Then for the spots we have available, we will just go to the ranking list and evaluate their requests. And also, last but not least, so to say, the regional scholarship. In this case, this is provided by the region, and both merit and family income are taken into account. So if a student is assigné and is entitled to, he will get a grant up to 4,500 euros. And here we have the requirements for 2-year masters. In this case, we have to consider the bachelor degree in a field that is related to the program chosen, so related to the program you are going to attend, language proficiency in English or Italian. And also in this case, if students don't have an official certificate, they will be required to take an assessment we will provide them with. And also in this case, the procedure is really the same. So the steps you have to follow. So we have the first step that is the registration and the upload of documents through our dedicated platform, apply.iulm.it. And then everything is the same. So we will get the documents, we will evaluate them and say the eligibility to the course, confirm once the enrollment is confirmed, the invitation letter will be provided, and also the pre-enrollment through the Italian consulate can be started in this case. As for financial aid opportunities, we have the very same that I just mentioned before. So 50% reduction, a special price for the on-campus accommodation at 280 per month, and also the regional scholarship. What is different here is the basic tuition fees. In this case, for 2-year postgraduate programs, the flat rate amounts to 9,800 per academic year, also divided in 3 different installments. So the first one is due on enrollment, the second one in December, and the third one in March. So this was a very short and quick presentation. And now I leave the floor to Mirko that will provide you with full details concerning our 1-year master.
Thank you, Gabriele, and welcome to the presentation for IULM University. I will talk a little bit about our master programs, which are divided into 1-year master's programs and executive master programs. The main difference that the first one are university master, which means that provide you with university credits, and you need a bachelor degree to join this course. And the second one are professional courses, so you can join these courses with a few years of experience in work or in the field of the same subject of the course, or if you want just to have the tools to apply the day after the course. So Gabriele, can you keep okay. Let's talk for the first one is the 1-year master's degree in game design. for the academic year 2020-2021 will be completely online. It is focused on how to create a video game from the beginning to the real game, so playable real video game, and is addressed to those who want to become a game designer or game producer or game director. You need to be, of course, graduate students in discipline like arts, media, and communication, but also information technology or design. The duration is 1 year totally online. And the course for this year is, the cost for the master for this year is more or less 6,500 euros to be paid in 3 installments. Pre-enrollment for this course will close on December the 4th, and the course will start, we say in winter, but on the first part of the new year. And it is completely taught in English. The other course we have is the Communication for International Relations, which is called also MICRI. It is a course that gives you the possibility also to have a second year in the US by applying for what is called an MBA, thanks to the collaboration with the University of Nebraska-Kearney. You can choose and complete the program, your study path, with an MBA. The master goes the first time in the US with a study tour, which is a path of a learning path completely done on the field in the US by visiting the most important institution of the international institution, such as United Nations or the Food Organization in Washington, D.C., that have their headquarters in Washington, D.C. and New York cities. And the course is addressed to those who want to become our marketing or communication manager, who want to work in a press office or a PR office within a government agency or NGO. You need, once again, a bachelor degree, preferable in communication and humanities, but all the bachelor degrees are admitted. Of course, you need a proficiency in English because the course is taught both in English and Italian. It lasts 7 months plus a compulsory internship of minimum 3 months to 6 months. It costs more or less 13,000 euros, and it will start in winter 2021, which means January or February. The other is International Tourism and Hospitality, which is the original one, we can say, because the 2-year master's degree in Hospitality and Tourism Management, the Laurea Magistrale, it is called in Italian, is a spin-off of this master, is the 15th, I think, or more edition this year of this master. So a big know-how on how to provide courses in this field by IULM University. It offers also a study tour in United Arabian Emirates, which is Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Gives you the possibility to work in fields such as tourism specialized company, which are airlines, MICE, travel agency, networks, or destination management companies. It offers also you the possibility to have an internship in one of the more than 500 partner companies of the master, but also to decide go for a specialization in IT, in tourism, in Kyoto College in Japan. The requirements are always a bachelor degree in any discipline, a very good knowledge of English, and a high motivation and aptitude for intensive work pace and professional challenge, because also the master offers the possibility to have at the end a consultancy project, a real consultancy project commissioned by a partner company of the master. It lasts 6 months of classes plus 6 months or internship or a research project, is totally taught in English, and it costs 14,400 euros, always divided in 2 installments. It will start with a preliminary courses on November 2020 online, just to have a common basis, and then the class starts in winter 2021. Last but not least, we have another course, which is an executive master course in international marketing and sales communication. it offers you the possibility to go in the US, in Silicon Valley, to learn how to create your network. Gabriele, can you switch the slide?
Okay.
Thank you. It offers also 2 modules and 3 laboratories, and a study tour, an innovation study tour is called, just to learn how to create a micro environment in a workspace in which are called the headquarters of one of the main company in selling worldwide, which is Salesforce. And it allows you to boost your career if you're already working in this field, or to become an international manager or a growth manager within a company. You don't need this time a bachelor degree, even if it is preferable you to have. And what you need is a good English proficiency, because the course is totally taught in English. The cost is 11,420 euros, and it will start once again in winter 2021. The last but not least, we have another course which is totally online, is the course on museology, new media, and museum communication. Is the cheapest course we have on our offer. It costs only 2,300 euros. It's completely online, and it has a rolling enrollment, which means that you have the possibility to enroll and start the course at any time. The only mandatory field is to complete the course within 18 months from the beginning. It is focused on what is the museum environment and the museum culture, how to communicate, and which are the media, the new media, to communicate museums and what the museum contain. It is addressed to those who are graduates and who want to work in those communicate but cultural agency in charge to manage museum. It is totally taught in English. We have also, if you have, how to say, if we are in love with Italian, more or less 35 more master's programs, and you can have a look to our complete offer by writing us to the last page, Gabriele, writing us an email, or call us or contact us for further information. Thank you very much.
Grazie mille Mirko e Gabriele per la presentazione. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was very interesting and fulfilling in terms of information. There are some questions that I would like to ask you, if you don't mind. Assem Orintai is asking if he will study first 2 years in English in bachelor. In the 3rd year, can he switch to the bachelor in Italian?
Well, this is referred to the corporate communication, so the both language curriculum, right?
Probably yes, there are no specifications.
Well, in this case, of course, first of all, we should evaluate the requests. Probably, I can't provide you with a specific and unquestionable answer, but if the curriculum is the same, she will be probably allowed to study for 2 years in English and a 3rd one in Italian, but only if it is the same, and this should be approved by the student's office, of course.
Very good. Yulia is asking if how many Russian-speaking students there are at IULM University.
Well, that's a good question. Quite a lot, I would say, because we do have the faculty in interpreting and communication, and also many students are studying Russian. So they are Italian, but they speak Russian, and this is a plus, I would say.
Yes, for sure. Also, Assem Orintai is asking if there are any need-based scholarships.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Need-based scholarships. Financial.
Well, we have the 50% reduction that is provided on merit, and the regional scholarship, which has a specific call for application published by the region. And in this case, both merit and family income are taken into account in order to carry out ranking list.
Okay, very good. Elizaveta Vasheva is asking if DCU it's at students' disposal for your university, and what percentage of the fee will it cover? Diritto allo studio.
So this is the 50% provided by the university or the regional scholarship that can be provided up to 4,500 euros.
Okay, very good, very good. There are no more questions, guys, for
Perfect.
session. Thank you very much for the presentation. I think it has been very interesting for all the students. Я напоминаю, что это была презентация от представителя университета IULM, ведущий гуманитарный вуз, который находится в городе Милан в сфере коммуникации, лингвистики, туризма. И поэтому я думаю, что будет очень интересно задавать все вопросы, которые вот вы захотите уже на индивидуальных консультациях или в чате. Переходя на страницу университета IULM на сайте выставки, вы можете нажать на волшебные зеленые кнопки с правой стороны, которые позволят вам перейти, забронировать себе индивидуальную консультацию или перейти на чат, чтобы задавать уже ваши индивидуальные вопросы, которые касаются лично вас, и которые вы можете обсудить с представителями университета. Thank you again, guys.
Thank you. Just one last thing, very short. So for further questions or doubts, you can reach us at admission@iulm.it. But of course, also on our platform. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you again.